the right way? How many think we're doing things the right way? How many think we're doing things the wrong way? All right. Who says we're doing anything the right way? Raise your hand. I need one bold person to say we're doing it the right way. Just one. Okay, good. What do you think we're doing right? Anything in particular? All right, let me ask you this. Is there another country you want to face criminal charges in? So, not perfect, not even close to perfect. We're not doing it the right way, but we're doing it better than anybody else in the world. Safe to say? So we're not doing it where we want it to be, but we're doing it anybody else in the world, better than anybody else in the world. What about in Georgia? Does anybody know what we're doing in Georgia? So what's your name? Don't think about it. Tell me your name. You got to know. Rodriguez Scott. So Rodriguez Scott says we need to do more criminal justice reform. You know Georgia's a leader in criminal justice reform? Did y'all know that? So I will tell you this. As Brock mentioned, I work for Governor Perdue. And at the front end of his administration, he was dealing with this prison issue. And the issue is this. We're growing our prison population by 1,000 per year. And if we kept up with that pace, we'd have to build a new prison each year. It was not financially sustainable. And so that followed an administration and trends, not just in Georgia, but nationwide, that said we got to get tough on crime. 3 strikes are out, 7 deadly sins, things that resulted in being tougher on criminal offenders and making sure they serve their sentence longer. So we did that. And so people were going into prison and they were serving more of their prison time. So the population kept stacking up. It kept stacking up. We weren't letting them out on the back end and we're stacking up. And it was also more expensive because people who have criminal lifestyles typically age faster. And so as they got into their 40s and 50s, which is equivalent to 60s and 70s for people with healthy lifestyles, the state had to deal with all the medical and health issues of these inmates who are aging quicker. And so it became a very, very expensive proposition. So that, plus we started thinking, okay, what are we really doing here? And so in law school, we talk about the purpose of criminal justice system. And we talk about deterrence. We want to make sure people know that if you do something, you pay a price, and so don't do it. Deterrence. And then we talk about rehabilitation, and we talk about just punishment. You just need to pay. So we've been good on the punishment part. We've been good on the deterrence part as a state and as a nation. But the question was, how good were we doing on the rehabilitative side? Getting people in and out and sending them back out in a way that they're better and more equipped to deal with life issues as opposed to being worse equipped to deal with life issues. The reality was we weren't doing a good job. And we were paying the price. We were paying the price in the homes. When you take Johnny out of the home because of a low-grade felony, nonviolent offense, that has a ripple effect in that home. That's Johnny who could have been babysitting while somebody goes to work. Johnny could have been working. Johnny could have been cutting the grass. Johnny could have done a lot of things. Now there's a gap in that home. And so when Governor Deal came on board, he was really interested in what's called accountability courts. Y'all heard that phrase before? Accountability courts. And so accountability courts are now in every circuit, in every circuit in the state of Georgia. And what accountability courts do is deal with underlying issues. So there's a drug court for people who have drug issues. There's a DUI court for people who have alcohol issues. And what a county has or what a circuit has in their particular circuit depends on what the interest of the community is, what the judges are interested in, what the community resources are coming together around. And so there's mental health court, dealing with people with mental health issues. There's veterans court. So all these types of courts are now come together to deal with the underlying issues. Now, y'all like me, right? So far, so good anyway? So I've been asked to speak at a DUI graduation or a drug court graduation. And I want y'all to know I was really good speaker. I won the room. But then the graduates spoke. And they spoke about what they overcame in their life and the story that they were telling. And you think, my goodness, why did y'all have a speak? y'all don't need to speak, you just need these graduates to tell the story. And these folks who graduate drug court and DUI court, and they would look at the judge and say, Judge, you saved my life. You saved my life. This court, this arrest, this prosecution, this experience was the best thing that happened to me. Because what it makes them do is go through drug testing, job training, cognitive retraining. We'll talk about that. It made them go through all those types of things. So, our recidivism rate, to your point, our recidivism rate has decreased. But here's what's the alarming thing, and people don't know this about Georgia. The incarceration rate among African Americans in the last 8 years has dropped between 25 and 30% in 8 years. Y'all hear what I said?
Yeah.
Between 25 and 30% in the last 8 years.
Crime rates have the highest single parent rates.
Mhm.
They have that parenting, and
Okay.
also like unemployment policies because they
Okay.
they're definitely money to them.
Okay, so he said unemployment, people are committing crimes because they're desperate for money. Y'all believe people are stealing because they need money to eat? Y'all believe people are stealing because they need money to eat? Think about it. Think about it. Think about it. Think about it. Who do you know who's been guilty of stealing? Well, homeless people, yes, to some degree, that's true. But by and large, think about the people that you know who have stolen stuff. Did they need to eat? They weren't stealing because they were hungry. A lot of people steal and rob. It's adventure. Adventure. It's boredom. So when you see kids that are bored over the course of a summer, they may be 6 years old and they just wandering around, and the next summer rolls around, they got to do something different than the day before. Prince, seems like I was busy doing something different than the day before. I don't know that. But they do something different each summer. And then the next summer you're doing something, and then somebody says, oh, hey, I know what to do. And next thing you know, you're just for adventure's sake, you're robbing people. Just to see if you can get away with it. More theft is on that. They're not stealing because they're hungry. Now, homeless people might be, but by and large, what are the reasons our people, why have crime? I mean, high incarceration rates. Yes, ma'am.